I really believe, the harder you work, the more lucky you are, right? And
That's true.
it's kind of like luck comes. I mean, you work through problems and call them challenges instead of problems, right? Don't get defeated by that short-term loss, right? Get through it, learn from it, and you will get lucky, right? Compared to feeling defeated, and boy, I don't want to ever feel that defeat again, and never going back to it, right? So I
Oh yeah,
I know,
I've failed many times.
yeah, how about that?
Just got to keep getting back up.
We'll talk about that. Talk about failing and learning from the failures, right? And how that's been a part of your life as well, and your father's probably.
Sure, and so for me, our company's 53 years old, and my dad started it back in 1967. I ended up attending Claremont McKenna College out on the West Coast and Washington University in St. Louis, getting this management engineering degree and also mechanical engineering. So joined Dad right out of college, been there, 36 years now, had different roles in the company. Now I'm chairman, and just, some of the things I've learned along the way is that one of the big things is that business is continually changing. And so what I saw just from observing, from not being in a management position, but seeing other companies, is they seem to follow this arc, where they're on the upswing, they sort of peak, and then they kind of go down, and many of those don't even exist today. And so why is that? And it's because they failed to innovate, and they failed to adapt to what's changing. And that's happened since the beginning of time. And so that's one of the lessons learned for me, is that you have to keep trying. And if it doesn't work, we've all heard this: fail fast and learn from your mistakes, get up and try the next best thing. One of the influential books I read is a much younger man, was by the guys from Intel, Andrew Grove. And the title, I love the title. It was "Only the Paranoid Survive." And so, he talked.
I like it.
Yeah, only the paranoid survive. So there's always something we're about. Always, should look inward and outward at our business to see what's next, but don't be afraid to innovate. And so when I look at my mistakes, of course I've made mistakes as we've transformed our business, but maybe the biggest mistake I made when I took over from my father was just trying not to mess it up, and rather than trying to take it to the next level. And so I took over running the day-to-day back around 1997, and it was the go-go 90s, and everything was great. And we designed mechanical and electrical systems for buildings, the infrastructure for buildings. Great time for real estate. Everything we did worked, and then boom, 9/11 hits. We go into a recession. And all of a sudden, it's my first time when I'm in charge where, you got to start making some decisions. And so what happened was I was way, way too conservative about looking at this as an opportunity as business goes down, because I'm in a service business. And so, the raw material for our business is brain power. And so what I did was I was way too conservative in the sense of waiting till the recovery was well underway before I started to try to hire people again. And by that time, all the good people are already spoken for. And so, so it was a lesson learned. And there was other things too that went with that, is always look forward, look for that opportunity. And so when the financial crisis hit in 2008, that was even worse. I mean, that, we remember how dreadful that was. But looking back on that lesson learned from 2001, we were very aggressive with hiring people. And so we've always stayed financially stable. We operate with no long-term debt. And so we had the firepower to go out and get people in a down market. And it really was one of the best things we've done, because we were able to equip ourselves, because we were also transforming our business where we design more complex buildings now, like data centers. And so they're very hard to find in an up market, but in 2008, it was really helpful for us. So that's one example of learning from failure and
Mhm.
turning it into a positive the next time around.